Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It is the 3-3-0 to go high school football show. I am Mike Voorhees. With me, as always,
Matt McGaw, ready to rock and roll, man. This is this virtual.
Rock.
I love this virtual feel. It stinks not sitting next to you, but I mean, it's still we get to do a show, so it's great. It's week 15. Completely. How about that? I got that right. Week 15.
Second season. Week 15.
Second season? Where are you at season 3?
Well, you figure the football season is the regular season is 10 weeks, and then playoffs are almost another 10 weeks. Like it's crazy. Yeah. We're already
10 plus 10 is 20.
Yeah,
so we're good to go.
Anyway,
we're good to go. All right,
we are down 14. Week 14. Matt, the weather, obviously. Let's discuss the elephant in the room. The weather on Friday night was atrocious.
First off, it was an eventful night from my perspective. I had the opportunity to pick up our producer, and we're heading up there. We're going to the game. My car takes a kaput, on Route 8. We've got to get safe again. We got to save the day. People come pick us up. We get there probably with, I would say, about 25 minutes. But the problem is we had to armor up for what we were about to walk into, which was a ridiculous windstorm with sleeting rain at one point. And I swear it was going 4 different directions at all times. It was like none other. But as I was walking up, you were already in the game. So really a lot of the game happened in the first minute and a half of gameplay.
Yeah, obviously, Walsh started with the football. For those that missed it, we were at the Walsh-Hoban game out at Twinsburg. The rain, just unbelievable. Relentless. The wind, crazy. Walsh started with the football, turned the ball over on a fumble, which Hoban then picked up, recovered, got it probably to the 10-yard line of Walsh, and then punched it in a couple plays later. I think it was 2 plays later, and took an early 7-0 lead. And I think you arrived
right after.
You had missed the score.
I saw the touchdown. I actually saw the touchdown happen, missed the fumble right as we were getting in the gate. And then I see that Walsh is getting the ball. I'm like, oh, goodness, did Hoban take the opening kickoff? I didn't know who had it. But what we were in store for from then was trying to figure out what angle we could stand at to be able to see the game and not be getting pelted in the face with rain. You were on one side. I was on the other at first. And then it rolled all the way to halftime, 7-0 all the way through. And then second half comes out. Hoban drives right down and scores. And that was a big statement. That was almost like that way of saying, hey, we know we got away with the fumble in the first quarter. It's been a grind back and forth. I would say each team maybe had 6 opportunities to legit score, and Hoban scored on 3 of them. You know what I mean?
It's
tough. There weren't many opportunities.
Yeah,
weren't many opportunities. The passing game was tough for Walsh, and I think that's where Hoban capitalized.
With the wind being what it was very hard to complete a pass downfield because where the quarterback wanted to throw the ball, the wind would send it 10 yards further.
25 yards to the left, too, sometimes.
Right.
It was absolutely...
And, special teams was interesting watching them punt. We know that Walsh has a very dynamic offense, and getting to watch – I have not watched Walsh live this year, so getting that opportunity, I was very excited to see, but the weather completely derailed their offense. You could tell that they weren't able to do what they wanted to do, and Hoban gets the win. They win 21-7 in a.
So though the real elephant of the whole game though was when we have a 14-0 Hoban lead. Walsh gets it back, goes down and scores and makes it 14-7. Hoban has the ball, goes potentially, I think it was 3 and out, and they went to punt, block punt. 2 plays later, quarterback from Walsh, Keller Moton, scrambles outside the pocket, comes back to center of the field, goes into the end zone, and they call a holding penalty. Probably, Mike, how far would you say that from where the kid was at to where the penalty occurred? How
20 yards?
20 yards. Now, my question's this: is that a rough call to make at that moment of the game, given the circumstances, and that probably didn't do anything to help that kid break loose?
If the referee saw it as an advantage play, he's got to throw the flag.
That is such a.
He may have seen it that way. I know that we did not. See it that way. We were very excited that Walsh was going to tie the game, and it was going to go to the very end, which is
you could have seen an epic, a complete epic overtime. Okay, but that wasn't the case. Walsh gets called for the holding. They still had 4 plays after that to still punch it in again, and were unable to do so. So the difference is that one play was there was maybe 2 or 3 moments during that game that were key plays in that game, and that was definitely one of them. And from then, Walsh wasn't able to score. Hoban gets it back. You could kind of start seeing the body language where kids are realizing it's over, and Hoban's Braden Feaster bust another 60-plus yard touchdown down the side. Ridiculously difficult to bring down. We saw that the entire night.
He's amazing. He's an incredible talent. Talent.
But now that whole night going into that, we're looking at this Region 5, which is what we've loved to have talked about. I've loved talking about, but really Division 2 is what we're boiling down to. And we know Anderson's sitting out there. Avon takes on Highland. Massillon's supposed to get right past Big Walnut. You know, we're thinking Walsh Hoban's going to be this epic holy war. One of those 2 teams will definitely represent well from the Summit County area. But now the game's over. My perspective, Walsh loses. Of course, I'm sticking around, waiting to the end, waiting for my kid to come out. And then it's like, Massillon lost. That's what I start hearing around town.
So
that didn't seem believable.
No, Massillon was a 28.5-point favorite over Big Walnut.
How many?
28.5.
Wow.
That was the prediction made.
That's a lot.
And I mean, obviously weather plays a factor. Sunbury, Big Walnut scored first, was up 7-0. Massillon scored on a long touchdown pass to tie the game at 7. The ensuing kickoff, Big Walnut takes it back for a touchdown to go up 14-7. And that's it.
That's it.
There was
that was
more
the
offense.
Theme of the night. That was the theme of the night.
The weather just destroyed teams.
To even tease you, remember when we're doing the halftime at the Hoban Walsh, and we mentioned the Highland Avon score was 21-0. You had Highland written off. And what was the final on that?
I said that 28-20.
20. And so Highland comes storming back.
I will gladly apologize for not giving Highland credit. I'm thankful that they made it a game, because they are a team from the 3-0, and we want to see them succeed.
I don't think Avon, there really was a big blowouts in.
No, Avon is a powerhouse, and they're in for a fun game on Friday night at the University of Akron's InfoCision Stadium.
Do you feel that you just made a great point? That game's kicking off there the week before. They think Walsh and Hoban should have been moved there. Scheduling conflicts say that's not going to be the case. We still played it out there at Twinsburg. Please help me understand, though. Now, given the circumstances, does this not feel like a home game for Hoban?
It absolutely does. That's a bit of a drive from Avon to Akron, so I'm not.
Where could have you found something in between? If we play hypothetical.
Macedonia.
Okay.
You could have been at Bowling.
Could have we gotten Baldwin? Do you think Baldwin Wallace would have came into play?
I don't know, because are they in their college football team is in their Division III playoff? Are they not?
They very well may, but I'm just thinking of like, where's a halfway point that still can hold value?
I've said this since we've done these neutral site games.
Yes.
You never understand exactly why they pick the stadiums they pick.
No.
The rest of these teams, when you look at the state semifinal matchups, and we'll get into them here in a little bit, you see where they kind of picked a neutral medium, like right in the middle type of site.
Yeah.
Why in the world does Hoban get a home game for the state semifinal games?
It just feels to me.
I'm curious. I want somebody to explain this to me.
I don't get it. Go put it down at Massillon for goodness sake. Go play it there.
Massillon,
somewhere out of Akron.
North Canton, Hoover. Like there's so many stadiums that you could pick. Why in the world are you giving Akron a home game?
Even like Copley, you could have went that direction, working your way towards Cleveland. I don't know, like size-wise of stadiums.
You could have picked Medina. You could have like
that's
Avon's
a big
little bit of a drive. You could have picked Medina. You could have picked. I mean,
but coming into that game
frustrates me.
Now we're here at that game. Who would you pick in the Avon Hoban game? Who's your prediction? Avon. You're gonna go Avon.
Avon is a very good team. Now again, will the weather play a factor? Friday night, you're hearing some potential lake effect. You're hearing that the weather could be an issue. Now,
the good part is we're playing that game so far south, we ain't got to worry about it, right?
Well, Akron tends to get a little bit of the leftovers sometimes, so we'll see. But if the weather is a factor, Avon's got a dynamic quarterback, and they love to throw the ball. If the weather takes that away, you're looking at what happened to Walsh last week. And
exactly. It's not that they're both heavy on the pass, but it complements the run as the run complements the passing game. They're almost very balanced. It's 55-45 kind of play, 60-40 if you just want to go real simple. But I'm with you, because Hoban, I really wondered after the game Friday night, did that weather really change what their playbook was going to be if it was a dry night? I think they would have thrown a little bit more, but they definitely want to run.
Paris wasn't even targeted, was he?
Who was this? I'm sorry.
Milan Paris, the big.
Milan Paris. Yes, he was. He was targeted.
I mean, he's 6'5", and if it's a different weather night,
four times, and one time was in the back of the end zone, and the ball was wet, went right through his hands. Kind of hit him in his chest. So it's that night. You don't want to put that on and say, oh, well, there were some drops. He's a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid. So I don't want to make it seem like, but at those moments, at these moments, at this juncture of the year, those are key moments. And after the game, you saw that emotion coming out, understanding and knowing that moment. And it's a growth for a team like Walsh, because they got over the hump in a sense in the middle of the year, finally beating Hoban. And it's something too that we want to be able to look at and say, oh, that rivalry might be back. So it definitely adds a little flair and value. But the important game is this one. And Hoban was able to walk into that game and say, you know what, you got us during the season. You got our attention now. We are the defending regional champs in this region, and you got to come take it from us. So we're going to play ground and pound physical game. If they can come back and that's the same formula, I think it's the exact idea they want to go do to Avon this week.
And regardless of the weather. So Avon beats Highland. Kirtland beats Dalton. Some other 3-3-0 teams. South Range defeats Poland Seminary. South Range scored a touchdown with 16 seconds left in the game to defeat their crosstown rival to move on to the state semifinals this week. St. Ed's beats Mentor.
Ursuline. Ursuline took care of business against Gilmore, I believe it was. It was like 54-0.
In that weather too, 54-0, and they in the weather. So just Youngstown Ursuline. We're
Youngstown Ursuline hasn't lost since week 1,
and that was to
Walsh.
Okay, so there you go. We're gonna.
They could have beat them then. I like Ursuline.
We're gonna jump right. I like Ursuline. I do. We're gonna talk about them here in a second. Division I state semifinals Friday night, 7:00. This first one, Lakewood St. Ed's, the 7 seed, takes on the 1 seed Poland Olentangy Liberty. They're 12-2. That game is at Mansfield Arland Field.
Okay.
In Mansfield. So I think that's a great location. Give me St. Ed's. Mm-hmm. They're on a roll as a 7 seed. I'm not picking anybody else. Cincinnati Archbishop Moeller versus Centerville. This game will take place at Cincinnati Princeton Jake Sweeney Automotive Stadium. That's when it's 7:30. I will take Archbishop Moeller. They're undefeated for a reason. They're really good. On to Division II, Sunbury Big Walnut against Cincinnati Anderson. This is at Dayton Welcome Stadium. Give me Cincinnati Anderson here.
Yes, that's who I like.
Big one, Archbishop Hoban at Avon at InfoCision Stadium in downtown Akron. Give me Avon.
I'm going to ride with you. I like how we're going here,
Avon.
Mike.
Give me Avon. All right, since Columbus Bishop Watterson versus number 4 seeded London. This is at Asheville Taze Valley High School. I like Bishop Watterson here. They're a powerhouse, so they're going to move on.
I'm just going with the name recognition. I feel like we've talked about these teams at this point last year.
We have Youngstown, Ursuline, and Toledo Central Catholic.
This is why
this Elyria Charities Field at Eli Stadium. I like Toledo Central Catholic here. I do.
Powerhouse.
These are two really good teams.
This is the team that was able to play in Division II 2 years ago and beat Hoban in the state championship, and then dropped down to Division III. So
give me TCC, baby.
I'm gonna stay with Ursuline. Just for that, I'm gonna go with Ursuline. This, and that should be that might be the state championship right there.
It could be. Cincinnati Taft against Janaden Hutton, Indian Valley. Indian Valley is really, really good.
I'll go with that.
I will go with Indian Valley here.
I like the Janaden Hutton.
Yep. Janaden Hutton. I'm hoping that's how it's pronounced correctly.
I believe so.
G-Town. I don't know. Janaden Hutton. We'll
Pass.
See. Anyway.
Pass.
Sandusky Perkins against Cleveland Glenville. Still going strong.
Yep. State champ.
Glenville is the defending state champ for a reason. And to quote Ric Flair, to be the man, you have to beat the man. And Sandusky Perkins.
Woo!
Yeah,
there you go.
That's gonna be a Gnada Houghton. Well, okay.
Pass. Go Fish.
Again, G-Town. Yeah. I'm going to call it that. Liberty Center against Canfield. South Range. I'm all about South Range. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders. Get it done. Rep the 3-3-0. Ironton against West Liberty Salem.
Ironton?
Ironton, I guess. Houghton.
Nah,
Houghton. We're pass.
Into
Coldwater and Bluffton. It doesn't matter about that game because Kirtland is standing in the wings here. Kirtland against Galleon Northmore. This is at Minerva Hines in Minerva at Robert Hines Stadium.
Okay.
So Kirtland and Galleon Northmore. Kirtland, they're insane. They're going to keep riding. A game that I was invited to by the head coach of the Jeromesville Hillsdale team. They're taking on Danville. Danville and Jeromesville.
Don't you have a friend from Danville?
Last
year you did.
I absolutely do.
Are you still friends?
We have family that lives in Danville. So
who are you picking here, Mike? Might not be a fun Thanksgiving tomorrow, bud. You might have family calling you up.
You're going to put me on the spot.
You just painted yourself in that corner. No.
Hillsdale.
Are you going to the game?
I'm going to try. We'll see what the day progresses.
Where's it at?
At Shelby High School, WAC Stadium.
Where's that?
Shelby's about an hour and 20 minutes from here, from Akron.
What direction?
You had 7. You take 224 to 71, 71 to 30, and then it's a bunch of.
So you could just you could take 77 and 30. Okay, all right. You don't have to go.
Yeah.
Do you have to go 71?
I think it's probably the easiest, most direct path north of Mansfield. He says.
Perfect. See how direct that is. Boom.
And then Marion Local at Columbus Grove. Both teams 14-0 at Lima Spartan Stadium.
Woo. Marion Local Stein. I will take them.
Give me Marion Local. Maria Stein. Let's go.
You can't say that. We got in trouble. The lady.
We did. We called it Marion Local, and I got popped. So Maria Stein, the whole name. So for those that are interested, the state championship games happen a week from Friday. Actually, no, that's incorrect. A week from Thursday, starting at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio. The Division II state title game will kick off at 7 p.m. on Thursday, December 5th. Then let's see, we're going to run right into it. Division III is on Friday at 3 p.m. What else is on Friday? Division I championship game. That'll be at 7:30 on Friday. Saturday, you get Division IV at 7:30. Saturday at 3 o'clock, you get Division V.
Okay.
Saturday, December 7th at 10:30 in the morning, it is Division VI. That's an early football game. I love it. That is a day filled.
We just wake up and go. It's like waking up on the West Coast.
Friday, December 6th at 10:30 is Division VII.
Okay. Well,
so there you go, folks. It's there.
Can you believe that we're already at this point? We're already here.
Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. And when you're talking about high school football, it's always fun.
It's
shout out again.
Not even
shout out to the 3 remaining 330 teams: Hoban, Youngstown, Ursuline, and Canfield South Range. Kudos to the 3 of you, and hats off to the teams that unfortunately didn't get to the state semifinals. Heck of a season for a lot of teams in the 330. So it's exciting to see what the future holds for a lot of these programs.
It's on the basketball season. It's on the basketball season.
Basketball is coming, but you know what? You know what else is important? How about Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
Thanksgiving is tomorrow. It is my absolute favorite holiday. We're going to start cooking a little bit in the morning. We're going to head over to my in-laws for a little brunch.
Okay.
Have a little casserole. It's a breakfast casserole that is just absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait. That's brunch. Right. And then we'll come back home in the afternoon. Plan is to eat dinner here probably between 5 and 6.
Okay. All right.
Dude, Thanksgiving is incredible. I love it. Matt, if you had to pick your all-time favorite side dish, what are you going with?
Oh, wow, man.
This is a no-brainer for me. No-brainer in it. I don't even need to think about it. It's stuffing all the way.
Really? Well, my wife does make
stuffing guy.
She makes a good one with the Texas toast stuffing that I don't mind.
Okay.
She's done that, but actually, believe it or not, I'm doing greens tomorrow. That's the side vegetable, believe it or not. So we figured with the honey baked ham, take a few pieces of that ham, slice it up, be able to throw it in the greens.
See,
and then you can also
honey baked ham is for me. That's Christmas. Turkey tomorrow is all about turkey.
We have a turkey from Honey Baked, a ham from Honey Baked, and then I air fry a turkey. So I got that oilless
air fried turkey,
and I'm obsessed with that. So that turkey's been brining since Sunday.
Oh my gosh!
Just adding ice, adding bags of ice every day. Mm-hmm.
So from all of us, before we go though, Matt, did you know that the 330 to Go high school football show has its own website?
No, because I thought no. Tell me about it, Mike.
There it is on the screen, 330togo.com/HSFS. Go there. You can watch old shows. You can see everything that we are about here at the 330 to Go high school football show. There's interviews.
If you go back, there's some stuff that we said that we kind of somewhat a little bit knew what we were talking about. We really there's a few moments through the year or this past year that
we absolutely did. So
being thankful, I'm thankful for absolutely being able to get to do this show, getting to see you every week. The fact that we both work around our schedules, our family schedules, personal schedules, all that, to be able to come back here on this platform and be able to talk high school football at a way. I'm thankful for that, man. So I'm glad tomorrow. Enjoy the day off. Get on that casserole,
as well, my brother.
I'll be lounging. I'll be on my second nap. When you're eating at 5, that'll be second nap.
Yeah, it's a day full of football, family, just like you said, gratefulness, Thanksgiving. Like it is, I cannot wait. It is my favorite holiday of the year. So it is going to be a lot of fun. So from all of us here at the 330 to Go high school football show, Happy Thanksgiving. May your turkeys be moist, your football teams win, and you get to eat incredible food and spend so much time with your family and friends. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.